Hello and welcome, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. So glad to be back here with you guys. Um, Today is a very, very beautiful day, as you can see. Um, the light is very good, so I'm kind of sitting closer to the window and letting all this beautiful natural light come in, and I'm using that today. Um, Today, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about. Before I get into what I'm going to talk about, I definitely want to thank all the people who have viewed my videos. I want to thank my current subscribers. Thank you so much. You have no idea what you are doing for me, and it motivates me more to do what I do for you all. So, thank you so much. I'm so glad about that. And just keep on blessing my page, and I'll keep on blessing you with the things that I have to bring to you. So I hope everybody's been doing good. I hope everything has just been going really, really good for you. Um, just hope you're in good spirits, you're happy, you're not down and out about something. Um, yeah, I just hope you guys are doing good. I hope that everything is great. Hope your family's great. Um, I just hope that you're living your best life. Live your best life. Don't be miserable about things. Don't worry about things, especially the things that you can't change. So don't worry about things. Um, like this song say, live your best life, and that you definitely have to do. You have to live your best life because no one is going to live your life for you. And think about it, you only get one life to live. So, make the very best choices in life, and just keep it moving. Just stay happy more than anything. Stay happy. Stay focused on the things that you really want to do in life. Um, just make sure that you're giving 110%, 200% if that's what you want to do. So, with that being said, let's get into the topic of my video today. And today I wanted to talk about, um, let's talk about prideful people. Prideful people. I indeed used to be a prideful person, like really, really, really bad. And I still have those issues from time to time, but it's nothing like it used to be. Um, Being prideful, when you're being prideful for the right reasons, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, so to kind of break down what I'm saying about being prideful for the right reasons, for example, um, a prideful person that's who thinks they're being prideful for the right reasons are people who may need help, or may not know how to do something, or maybe struggling in a certain area in their life, and they might just not be used to people helping them and having to go through everything and do everything all on their own, and not just having that support there for them in their life. And um, by them being prideful, they would rather find their way through it, um, suffer if needed, um, not to ask anyone to help them to do anything, not to take certain things from people when people offer them things. And sometimes, I mean, it's okay because we need help throughout this life. We cannot do it all by ourselves. And when you're prideful, you do not understand that. So being prideful is good and it's bad because it can hurt you at the same time. Um, be a prideful person will use the words, "I'm okay. I don't need nobody to do this for me. I did all this by myself." Or they would say things like, um, "I made myself. You know, I had no help. I did everything by myself." When that is not true, because going through this life, somebody has helped you do something. And you cannot say that you have done everything by yourself, because that would not be the truth. So if you're going around and you're saying, well, the pride in you is saying, I did everything by myself, nobody helped me. When I was down and out, nobody helped me get this, nobody helped me do that. I did everything by myself. That's not true. But that's the pride in you speaking. That's the pride in you speaking from not having the help you might have wanted, or the support you might have wanted from people, and you did not receive that. Just going through that over the years, and you feel like since you had to do so many things by yourself thus far, that you have done everything by yourself. And that is not true. You may have, and I know it is true, you may have had many people to come along, and God has placed people in your life to do things for you, and you reject it because people, and sometimes people do this. And I have been one to say it, that I don't like to receive things from people, because a lot of times people do stuff and they want to talk about what they did for you, and they did this and I did that, and they like to say and I did this, but they didn't do it, out of the kindness of their heart and to truly help you. And I feel like if people do things to truly help you, there's no reason they should be bringing it up. There's no reason they should be talking about it. So that in too could make a person prideful in a sense. I have definitely been that way in my life before, because you don't want to hear, people talk about what they have done for you. If they're, genuinely wanting to help you do things, what's the point of bringing it up? Like, what's the point of saying, I did this for you? I know you did it for me. I know that because you did it for me. So why do you have to say that? Why do you have to tell other people that you've done things for people? If you genuinely came from a good place when you did it, it should matter. You didn't. You should need the credit. So sometimes people can be prideful in that sense, that they don't want to be a victim of that. They don't want to be a victim of saying, somebody going around saying that they did all this stuff for them. So that's why I said there's pros and cons of being a prideful person. It could help you and then it could hurt you at the same time. Now, when you have people in your corner, um, and people that are like really good to you, you've had these people here in your life the whole time, to just be there for you and to help you along the way, and you have this pride, and this is another type of pride enough not to say thank you for what you did for me. I appreciate what you did for me. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been there for me. That's another type of pride that is not good. That's something that could hurt you mentally, because in your head you feel like that person, you were entitled to that, and you're definitely not entitled to that, because it was something that they did. That was something that they wanted to do for you, and they definitely did not have to, but it was something that they did, and that was just there for you. You get people, in your life that's just there for you, and sometimes you can't understand why, but God does what He does. That's the amazing thing about God. God places, people in your life where He know you needs them. Even, He sends people to help you and to be of help to you when you don't even realize that you need help, when you don't even think that you need help. And just being in that second part of that pride, that's that sense of pride that you have, that you feel like you don't have to say thank you for what you did for me, or thank you for being there for me, because you feel like that was owed to you. It definitely wasn't owed to you. It was just something you was just blessed to have, and you at least have the decency to say, I thank God for you, but if you, I mean, some people don't feel like they need to do that. It's not, um, it's not so personal for them, and some people never do this. And not only would I call that another another way of being prideful, but I would say that that's just selfish too. I feel like those are the characteristics of a person who is a user. And when you're a user, you use people up, and you know you take advantage of them because you know that this person will do this and they will do that. And that comes with a person who doesn't have any stand up about themselves. A person that doesn't have any stand up about themselves, they don't have enough confidence in themselves to stand up to you and to say that I don't agree with what you're doing. You know, I don't feel comfortable doing things for you because I feel like you are taking advantage of the things that I am doing for you. And you know, it's just, you know, I could talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of, I can start off on the topic, and then a lot of stuff that go along with it. I'll be talking all day. But what I'm trying to say to you today, the message that I'm trying to get to you today, if you're prideful, you need to stop. You need to stop being prideful and recognize where you need to appreciate people for the things that they have done, and where you need to just stop prideful. Being prideful and grudges go together. I think. I think that a prideful person, 9 times out of 10, they are holding a grudge against somebody, and um, that pride comes into play where um, they're upset, or they didn't agree with something that somebody did to them in their life, and in turn they're going to be prideful, you know. And then there again, that comes in where that wall goes up. And in one of my previous videos, I did talk about that wall, having that wall built up. So um holding that grudge could build up a wall, and then that wall could make you very prideful. And that's towards anything, really. You know, something that has been said or done to you, and you didn't like how that made you feel, and that could have changed your character tremendously. And changing your character eventually means changing you as a person, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to be changed as a person. You want to stay who you are, but you do want to be better. And you know that comes with being better on your own. You know, when you feel like you want to be better, just doing that for yourself. But we can't get anywhere, you know, being prideful. Um, the most successful and most known people in the world, they had to accept some help somewhere along the way in their life. They had to, because let's just face it, we need help in this lifetime. We cannot do everything by ourselves. But then again, too, keeping a closed mouth will not help you um, in that situation. Um, so yeah, so there's pros and cons of being prideful. Um, like I said, we're going to kind of review back over being prideful for the right reasons. Sometimes that's the way people um, try to keep their strength up, you know, just keep themselves strong by being prideful, um, motivating themselves actually, just however they think that, you know, it could get the job done. But there could be a negative side of being prideful, and there can also be a positive side of being prideful. So as long as you're being positive, that's always good. But somewhere along the way, the prideful, if you're gonna have to let that wall down for somebody. You're gonna have to let that wall down for somebody and be helped. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just like kids that go to school and they know they need help, and they're sitting in the classroom, and because they may not want to, you know, feel like a dummy in front of the rest of their classmates, they won't raise their hand and say, I don't understand this, I need help. They won't do it because they're prideful to a sense. um, that's just one example that I could use. That's a good example. um, but yeah, it's never a good thing to be prideful, because you just don't feel like, you need help in anything, because we definitely need help. Um, so if you are being prideful, you've been prideful your whole life, um, it may be time to let it go for you. If it is, please do let it go. If you feel like you're not ready to let it go, then you have a little bit, a little ways to go on that. Then I definitely do hope that you get to that point sometime soon in your life, and hopefully it could let you free of a lot of other things that built up to that point. I hope it can free you eventually from what you're going through. Everybody build up stress and emotions in different ways, so hopefully you'll be freed soon enough. But I'm definitely freed from being prideful. I let that go a very long time ago, because I knew that I couldn't do it by myself. Not everything. So I've been freed um, in a sense as well. So, because I needed help so much in my life, a lot in my life. So being prideful, you just have to let that go, at some point in time. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to, or be vulnerable, because letting go of something like that is a form of vulnerability. Um, so don't be afraid to be vulnerable in that area, because some people do feel like if I let my guard down and I let people know that, I'm not where I am in life, or I do need help, then it shows a sign. It's a sign of weakness and being vulnerable. And people don't like to be vulnerable. Sometimes people don't like to be vulnerable. It's not easy for everybody. Just like it's not easy for everybody to show their emotions. So it's a process in everything that you do. But I just say, you know, take your time with it. Go as go as it makes you feel comfortable. So when you feel comfortable enough to do it, you always know I can't leave off this video without saying pray. Pray about it. If it's something that you're having trouble with and you can't quite solve it yourself, you'll always, God will always send you people that could help and give you advice in certain areas. But you got to know what advice to take, what advice is right for you. And then you can't get through it without getting down on your knees and praying about stuff. Praying about stuff will free you, sometimes automatically. It'll lift the weight off you about something. So, with that being said, I enjoyed you guys so much today. Um, I enjoyed talking about what I talked about today. It actually just came to me, and I was like, okay, this is something I can talk about. Um, that definitely will reach people, because I know people go through this. I myself um, am a prideful person, but I'm not half as prideful as I used to be, you know, when I was in my 20s and, my teens. So, you know, people can be delivered from that. It's just a process of building trust. And trust is not easy to gain. But when you start the process of building trust, you just gotta be careful of the people that you do trust. And you can't do this without praying and asking for guidance. You need guidance, and you need spiritual guidance as well. So that's when the praying comes into play. And when you pray, ask God to make things clear for you. And when you ask God, sincerely go to God and ask God to make things clear for you, He definitely will do that. So make sure that you're ready when you do this, because you can't be going to God and asking God to make things clear to you and you're not ready. Because if you make things clear to you and you don't follow what He says, and you don't go follow through on what He wants you to do and which way that He wants you to go, then I just wouldn't recommend you trying to go to Him and ask Him for clear signs of, anything. You can ask God if, this is what you're supposed to do, which way should I go now, and He definitely will make things clear for you. So if you're there, if you're ready, not only if you're ready, then go ahead and start your prayer, and and tell God what you want. and tell him, to make it clear to you um, which way to go and who to choose. I mean, who's for you. And I'm so strong on the will of God. Like, I'm very strong on the will of God. I believe the will of God is the way, not your way, not somebody else's way, not what somebody else said you should do. You know what I'm saying? The way, the will of God is the way. No matter if you might not like it, you might not like it at first, but the thing about it, God knows what's best for you. He knows what's best for you. He knows your life is already planned out. So what it is, you don't know, and you're trying to find out. And when He shows you, you go for it. You don't go the other way. And that's a big thing where people get set back so far in life, and so many times it'll take you so long to get to your destination because he have made it clear to you, but you turn around and ran the other way, like somebody was chasing you, like a snake was chasing you, or a dog was chasing you, and that's not what you had supposed to done. You didn't obey. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. So now you're set back, and you're back at the starting line. You have to start all the way back over, and that's us. That's people do it all the time. But at some point, you have to accept, you know, what it is for your life and do that. So accept the people for your life and do that. Go with that and grow. You don't want to be set back so many times because you want to choose your own way. And I mean, in this life, you just can't do that. You can choose your own path in some things, but when it's not in the will for your life, it's never going to work out because you're going to start all the way back over. So, if you're truly ready to drop all that and the pride and everything, being prideful and acting like you better than everybody, and you too good for this and you too good for that, guess what? It'll only take you like 1,000 times to be knocked down. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. To be knocked down and brought back down to nothing. For you to appreciate what it was that God was doing for you and what He had for you in your life, then you'll change your mind. But um, I enjoyed you so much today. I want to get off here, and I will be back with you guys. I'll see you again. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. And I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah.